There was once a woman who wanted to change the world with just a single drop of blood. Elizabeth Holmes. Soon, everyone knew her name. She became the new face of the technological revolution. Her idea promised to transform the entire healthcare system. But behind that idea, dark secrets lurked. Elizabeth Holmes, the Stanford dropout genius, often compared to Steve Jobs. At 19, she set out to revolutionize blood testing. Just one drop of blood, that's all it would take to diagnose hundreds of diseases. Her company, Theranos, took off almost immediately. Silicon Valley heavyweights, political leaders, and investors all backed her. The company was valued at $9 billion. She seemed to have the future in her hands. But the perfect technology was far from the reality. The machine called the Edison was supposedly capable of miracles, just one drop of blood. But in reality, it failed. Inside the company, everything was falling apart. But outwardly, the success story continued. Elizabeth Holmes appeared to have everything under control. But the truth couldn't stay hidden for long. As Theranos began to rise, so did the cult of personality around Elizabeth Holmes. She was more than just a CEO. She became a symbol of innovation and disruption. Holmes adopted a distinctive look, black turtlenecks reminiscent of Steve Jobs, a deep voice, and an unwavering, almost hypnotic confidence. Her charisma was undeniable, and it played a crucial role in attracting influential figures. High-profile board members, including former secretaries of state and decorated military officers, were drawn to her vision. They believed in her dream, and by extension, they believed in her. Holmes's public appearances were electric. She spoke at conferences, graced magazine covers, and gave TED Talks that captivated the world. The media couldn't get enough of her, portraying her as the next big thing in tech. But behind the scenes, this carefully curated image was masking the growing cracks in the foundation of Theranos. The pressure to live up to the public persona was immense, and the stakes were higher than ever. The cult of personality had taken on a life of its own, but how long could it sustain a dream built on fragile promises? Behind the magnetic personality of Elizabeth Holmes and the soaring valuation of Theranos, there was a promise, a groundbreaking technology that could revolutionize healthcare. The concept was simple yet revolutionary, a small, portable device that could run hundreds of blood tests with just a single drop of blood. It was a dream that promised to make healthcare more accessible, faster, and cheaper for everyone. The technology was called the Edison device, named after the famous inventor. Holmes claimed it could run a comprehensive panel of tests from cholesterol levels to cancer markers, all from a tiny sample. The idea captivated the imagination of investors and the public alike. The potential seemed limitless, but as the saying goes, the devil is in the details. Inside the labs of Theranos, scientists and engineers struggled to make the Edison device work as promised. The results were often inconsistent, the technology unreliable. Yet the pressure to deliver on Holmes's grand vision was immense. Internal reports highlighted the flaws, but these were often downplayed or ignored in the pursuit of the dream. The allure of the Edison device was powerful, but it was built on shaky ground. The ambitious vision began to clash with the harsh realities of scientific and technical limitations. And as the company raced to meet its promises, the cracks in the technology began to widen. Could the Edison device ever live up to the hype? Or was it simply too good to be true? As Theranos continued to attract attention and investment, the answers to these questions would become increasingly critical. As the Edison device was being touted as a revolutionary breakthrough, there were early signs that not everything was as it seemed. Whispers within the scientific community questioned the feasibility of such an advanced technology. The skepticism was not unwarranted. Many experts found it hard to believe that a single drop of blood could provide accurate results for hundreds of tests. Former employees began to raise concerns about the company's practices. Inside Theranos, the environment was highly secretive and tightly controlled. Scientists were kept in silos, with little communication between departments, making it difficult to piece together the complete picture. Some employees reported that data was manipulated to present a more favorable outcome, and those who dared to speak up often found themselves out of a job. Holmes and her executive team were adamant about maintaining the company's image of success. They pushed forward with aggressive timelines, often at the expense of accuracy and reliability. The pressure to meet deadlines led to cutting corners, and the cracks in the foundation of Theranos became more apparent. Despite these red flags, the allure of the dream was too strong for many to resist. Investors continued to pour money into Theranos, driven by the promise of a groundbreaking innovation. The media painted Holmes as the female Steve Jobs, further fueling the hype. But beneath the glamorous facade, the reality was far more complicated and troubling. As Theranos expanded, the gap between its promises and its actual capabilities widened. The stage was set for a dramatic fall, but the world was not yet ready to see the truth. The red flags were there, but they were overshadowed by the dazzling vision that Elizabeth Holmes had so skillfully crafted. The unreachable shadow of the American dream. An idea that promised wonders, but left behind only ruins. Elizabeth Holmes, once a soaring tech genius, is now a stain on Silicon Valley's history. Losing the trust of people, all it took was one drop of blood. Where's the line between vision and deception? And will there be another Elizabeth Holmes who pays the same price? If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss the next story. Thanks for watching.